by compressed air.
I'm sorry, I need to change that sign. They leave once a day at 10:30.
Okay, what's the next boat going out?
The next one would be to either our seaport cruise, which will just take you up and down the river for 40 minutes.
Okay.
It's narrated. It tells you about the history of the river.
Okay.
And then we have our water taxi to National Harbor. That'll be at 12:05.
Okay, so the next one would be, is it just going up and down?
That would be at 15 minutes.
Okay, let's do traffic and questions.
You're very welcome. Please watch yourself. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, sweetie. You'll have a great one. Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate you.
You have a good one.
You too. That was too cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Old Town Alexandria. Once again, on behalf of the Potomac Riverboat Company, I'd like to thank you for riding with us. Hope you had some fun and learned a little bit. And please enjoy the rest of your afternoon here in Old Town.
Thank you, Captain Mark.
You're welcome, Cheryl Ann.
Appreciate you. And Garrett, thank you.
He will play the entire Snow album, plus the greatest hits as well. Call me now to win your tickets. 1-800-472-53.
No, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Sir, that's a commercial dock.
Your mind's in the gutter there. That's where mine's usually at.
It's going to be just a second while these people decide they want to get their boat docked. So we're going to make us a little donut here and see what we can do.
She was built in 1984 and is engaged only in private charter. The Cherry Blossom is a true working split stern wheeler, which means the paddle wheels on their stern are her only means of propulsion. It is one of only 6 in the country.
It's gorgeous.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading back into our dock now. At this time, we'd like everyone to please take a seat and remain seated until we're all tied up and the captain lets you know it's safe to disembark.
We gonna blow the horn again? Yeah, Mark, Captain Mark.
The seat time, we're approaching on our
Osprey, and you can see Mama there.
Aww.
The babies hatched a couple of weeks ago, and you can see Daddy on the next one.
Daddy just
Taking
flew
off to keep
off.
Mama safe and washing meat from lunch. The Ospreys are cousins to the bald eagle, that's why they look kind of alike, but they don't get along very well. Every year the Osprey fly down south. They fly all the way to South Central America. And when they come back, they make their nest in the exact same spot every single year. So we've known these guys for quite a while.
The roof on our starboard side is the Alexandria City Boathouse. It was a gift from the city of Alexandria to T.C. Williams High School. T.C. Williams boasts one of the top national rowing teams in the country. You may also recognize the name of the school from the movie Remember the Titans.
What's funny is T.C. Williams is very good.
Or they never look at it long enough. But do yourself a favor, keep your eye on it. The Promenade Classique is a mystique all about it. People get married over there and have coming-of-age ceremonies for the harmonious mystique that is supposed to be there. The obelisk was a revered form in ancient Egypt. You can see the eyes coming into view, seeing into the soul of man, the water, the purity of man, the minerals that make up life of man, and the stairway to heaven if you're a Zeppelin fan. But keep your eye on it because it's going to line up and give you a nice big face grinning at you. There you go.
Rock on.
That can only be seen from the Potomac River.
Barges traveling on the C&O Canal to extend their market to Alexandria. To the right of the footbridge is a structure that resembles the Washington Monument, named the Promenade Classique. It's part of an outdoor sculpture done by the world-renowned French artist Anne-Patrick Foyer.
Now, just in front of it, you can see how much of a panel where you can stacks on the roof. That is the Myrick coal-fueled power plant. Stacks of coal used to get 50, 60 feet high over there. It's slated to be closed in October of this year. in honor of their opening and the Admiral Tilp, as far as I'm concerned. So next time you're out there having yourself a Slurpee on a nice hot day like today, just remember you're riding aboard the Admiral Tilp.
I don't believe it at all. Gardening. I believe.
Comes from northern China. You can walk across land, breathe there up to 48 hours.
Great.
They're still calling it a fish. Right there off our port side, or left side, you can see where the Potomac River crocodiles floating down the river. That's what they call them big logs. Now that was just a baby. They call them that, crocodiles, because if you mess with them, they'll chew up your boat and chew up your props. So, it's entirely, Virginia has no jurisdiction whatsoever over the river. This goes all the way back, which is about 5 miles south of us. It's about 80 feet deep. The river is named after an Algonquin Indian tribe that used to live around here called the Potomac Indians. They were subject to the powerful Hawaiian Indian Confederacy. Now, some people are still having an argument as to what the word Potomac actually means. Some people think it means landing place for goods. Other people debate that it means place where people trade. Riverfolk been handing it down for generation and generation. The actual pronunciation is Potomac, and it means squirrel tail. But I'll let you decide what you want to believe. The river's source is a small spring in West Virginia. The river is 385 miles long where it meets the Chesapeake Bay. The mouth of the river is 9.5 miles wide. Now we're about 100 miles north of the Chesapeake. Yeah. Y'all look off the port side to see Captain Mark over there. Hey, Mark! From the AC and it's a buddy wave. Hi! He's got AC in his pilot house. We got us a fan. We're about 100 miles north of the Chesapeake. Here it's about 3/4 to a mile wide. And in the main channel where we're trying to stay, it's about 20-29 feet deep. However, off our starboard side, about 50 yards, gets as shallow as 1 to 3 feet.
I've done that before.
On a good tide, you can see the angles of the bergs standing on the bottom of the river.
The largest of its kind on the East Coast. National Harbor offers something for everyone, with a wide variety of restaurants, shops, and entertainment throughout the year. Potomac Riverboat Company offers a water taxi service to and from National Harbor. We have just departed the port of Old Town Alexandria, established in the early 1600s by John Alexander, a Scottish tobacco merchant who bought the land from an English ship captain. Alexandria grew rapidly as a tobacco port city. The early settlers envisioned a bustling port here, but the deeper and more accessible ports of Norfolk, Virginia, and Baltimore, Maryland, undercut Alexandria's ambitions. Alexandria has been on the forefront of much of America's history, and can claim many well-known figures as native sons, including early explorers, steadfast abolitionists, and famous musicians. Our country's founding father, George Washington, called the Alexandria area home. One of the most famous figures in the American Civil War, General Robert E. Lee, grew up in a house just lots from our dock. Our 38th president, Gerald Ford, lived in the east end of Alexandria until its first term. Walking around Alexandria, you may have come across the cobblestone streets. During the Revolutionary War, George Washington. As we make our turn, look through the trees and you can see a white wooden structure. This is the Jones Point Lighthouse, first lit in 1856 to warn ships traversing the river of dangerous sandbars. A few years later, a young lighthouse keeper named Benjamin Potter Greenwood and his wife moved here. The Greenwoods and their 11 children kept watch over the lighthouse for 50 years. The lighthouse was extinguished in 1935, but has been relit for historical purposes. In the late 1700s, ships carrying seed. This land to our starboard side is Jones Point, used for thousands of years as fishing and hunting camp by Native Americans. It was the site of many historical river activities. Originally the settlers and first business trading with
DC to
Native
Maryland,
Americans
okay.
on beaver pelts. One such adventurer was Cadwalader Jones, a British trader and mapmaker who established a cabin in 1699 along the Potomac River at this spot that would be later named in his honor. In 1791, Major
looks like somebody snorkeling that's... Oh, this was a shipyard back in the day?
Yeah, 1700s on.
3 million for those condos.
Land sick, because that always happens to me, land sick.
Land sick?
TheBigBC.com.
Oh, be careful.
Somebody's on the boat this side, they have those guts on the side.
Right? Right. One or two people.
Quite a drop, I guess.
Sounds like it.
Just the way
That means we're backing up.
All clear? Thank you, sir.
good maneuvering when you got all these controls.
Right?
Alright, now while we're navigating out of the fairway, we'll go over a couple nautical terms to make this narration a little easier to follow. The front of the boat is the bow. The back of the boat we call the stern. While facing forward, the left-hand side is always port, and the right-hand side is always starboard. It is river courtesy to wave at other people in boats and along the shore as we're traveling. Just remember one thing, if they don't wave back, don't worry about it. They're just not having as much fun as you are.
Got that right.
Welcome to the Potomac River. You're now free to move about the vessel. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Here's Mr. Garrett. No, we don't want to hear that sound or that song because we don't want anybody to jump. Welcome aboard the Admiral Tilp, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Mark. I get to drive you guys around for a little bit. Mr. Garrett Hofish is our first mate and narrator extraordinaire. He's going to tell you some of the history of the Alexandria Seaport area while we're out and about. A couple of quick things that the Coast Guard wants you to know. First of all, we have child and adult life preservers. They're stored beneath the seats, marked with life preserver signs. No need to look. We counted 60 adults and 30 children this morning. We also have life rings and firefighting equipment. We are trained and certified by the Coast Guard. With that being said, all this equipment can only be taken out at the discretion of the captain or crew of the Admiral Tilp. And if it makes you feel any better, I haven't lost anybody that I haven't thrown overboard personally. While we're in the fairway, the area from the dock here out to the main part of the river, everybody's asked to please take a seat. Please remain seated while we're in the fairway, when we leave and when we come back in. While we're out on the river, you are free to move about the vessel. If you're going up and down the ladders, that's what we call stairs on boats, please use the handrails. They are a little steeper than regular stairs. The benches are there for your comfort and convenience. You're welcome to sit on them, kneel on them, lay down if you like. But there is no standing on the seats. If you are standing, your feet need to be on the decks or the floor. We have 2 marine heads, or miniature restrooms, in case that type of emergency situation arises while we're out and about. We ask that you don't throw anything into the river. Trash cans are located upstairs and downstairs at the back of the boat. And if you happen to get thirsty along the way, we got Coke, Diet Coke, 7-Up, lemonade, iced tea, and water for $2. Budweiser, Bud Light, and white wine, a nice Pinot Grigio for $4, ice cold in a cooler for you down here. With that being said, we got everything ready to go. We're going to blow a couple of whistles to let all the other boats know what we're doing. And we're going to take off for a nice, breezy, and somewhat cooler ride out there on the Potomac River. Sit back and enjoy.
I love that sound. I love it. Now boarding. Hi.
Please watch your step. Good afternoon. Welcome aboard. I got one ticket. Ma'am, you got a ticket? No, there's only one. I got 2 for the first one and then 1 from you. Ah, there she blows. I figured you had them.
Hi.
Hello, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
There you go. Please watch your step. Welcome aboard.
Where do you want to sit?
Wonderful so far.
That was weird. I wonder if he was trying to cheat the people out of a ticket or something.
No,
The passenger, I mean.
I probably just forgot.
One thing about being on the river, it's always cooler out there than it is under here. It is. Not much, not today, but there's a little bit of breeze blowing out. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Please watch. Welcome upstairs or downstairs. Welcome aboard. Watch your step.
You want your soda?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I stay outside pretty much all the time.
This would be good. We get the whole bottom of it to ourselves. Going up, you just get more sun. I don't really need that right now. And then with the South Park episode where everything's a tour group and they really put that down to the place where it belongs.
Oh,
I
really?
really don't want to be in a tour group. You know.
Right.
Security call, Spirit Washington, drop the line, Superior 4 the outbound Washington Channel. Spirit Washington.
Recognize everything? Nice little boat. As long as I don't trip.